What's up, word nerds? Hope you guys are all feeling good today. This is the Wordle solve for Thursday, October 16th. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll begin with some Wordle bingo. We'll go ahead and select 5 random words, see if there are any of the 5 on my list here of 10 words. Just a little bit of extra fun that I do here for no reason other than to entertain myself and you guys. Crone, and then finally, model. All right. None of those were on my list. So we have not hit bingo yet. All right, so now my randomly selected starting guess in 3, 2, 1. Wager. Wager. Okay, let's go ahead and put in wager. W-A-G-E-R. Wager. It is going to get me the A in the second position. Okay. Okay, I'm glad that this showed up, and I'm going to explain to you guys why. So this morning, woke up like 8 a.m. and I was just scrolling through my phone on watching YouTube shorts and stuff, laying in bed, and I came across somebody's Wordle solve. It wasn't, one of the small channels, part of the community here that plays Wordle daily games. It was like a bigger channel that was just randomly playing a Wordle solve, like some live streamer from, who knows? It could have been from a month ago. I don't know. And I watched them play Wordle, and they got an answer, and I thought that this was going to be, and I was worried after I watched them get the answer. I was like, I don't remember having that word recently, like within the past couple of days or so. So I'm like, crap, when did they upload the video? I looked at the time they uploaded it. It was like 12 hours ago or like 11 hours ago or something. And I was like, well, maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to do the math and like time zones and stuff. And I'm like, maybe that was like from earlier to, maybe that they did it at like midnight their time. And like, maybe that's a spoiler. And I was like, oh gosh, there's no way. Luckily it wasn't. Okay. So I don't know the answer today. Now my first thought here is something like patch or latch or something. I don't know where that's coming from. Or paint. Paint is a good one. Please don't tell me the answer is patch today, because I said patch first. No. I was thinking like putting 2 T's and a Y in here, like caddy or something, just to try out the locations for the T, because I don't know where it goes. I was thinking like patty, but I used the P already, so I don't know, maybe caddy or fatty. Maybe fatty. Oh. Wait, this could still be TCH. It could, I was right. It could be. For some reason, I thought it couldn't be the things I said, because I said patch, and I was like, no, there's no P. But I did say things like latch, and there is latch, match, hatch, catch, batch. There's no W. That's 5. We have 4 guesses left. Oh my god, do I have to avoid another trap? Okay, so maybe I can use 2 of these letters. How do you spell yacht? Is that like YH? How do you spell yacht? Is it YACHT? This puts the T in the same location. I should not play by... My rule that I set for myself is to always move the letter. If it's a yellow letter... Now, hard mode, I am playing on hard mode. Any revealed hints must be used in subsequent guesses, but I learned this recently. I tested it out in a recent video. I tested this out. If you're playing on hard mode here, you must place the green in that location. That's rule 1. But it doesn't say anything about needing to move around the yellow one. Right? You don't have to move the yellow one. This will not tell me that I can't input this as I absolutely can submit this as a guess. It will take it. If I move the A around to say the third place with a different word, left the T there, I could not place it because I moved the A, and in hard mode, the A must go in the green spot. Now, I personally don't want to put in yacht because that would kind of go against my rules I set for myself, which is if you get a yellow letter, move it. I would only put in yacht to test out the C for catch. Oh wait, this wouldn't even work anyway, because hatch, which I would be testing out the first letter, hatch comes at the end. So they would both light up. Oh, but in C also, wait, in C also comes at the end. No, this would be a terrible guess. No, that's not even a good guess anyway. That doesn't accomplish anything. Right, right. That doesn't accomplish anything. I might as well, at that point, I might as well just put in match or latch or something. So we want to test out not an H or a C in a later position. If we're going to test one of those two letters, we need them to come first. Halt? No. Halts? Halts? Halts. Okay. That tells me it is not an ATCH word. I hope I wasn't ignored. Right, I was right. I was absolutely correct to try to avoid the trap there if I'm playing on hard mode. Because I put the H first, right? Because that would test it in the first position. It could have been yellow if it was match or patch or not patch, but match, latch, batch. It could have been yellow, and that would signify that it probably was one of those. But I also tested out the L, so that would test out two of the first letters. So I would have been left if the H was yellow and the T was also yellow here. That meant it probably could have been match, batch, catch. Yeah, just those three. So I would have had three possibilities for three guesses. So I would have avoided the trap there, but that's not even. All right, I just spent all that time trying to avoid a trap that isn't even happening on this one. Oh gosh, it could be the caddy fatty thing. I'm gonna try fatty. I think fatty makes sense to be a guess. Not in terms of like it being like an insult to somebody, but like fatty foods and stuff. Oh man. Once again, I said the answer earlier in the solve. Once again. And I said caddy first, I think. I said caddy first before I said fatty. So even then, I should have maybe flip-flopped them and tried caddy first. That would have made maybe that would have made more sense. I mean, I said it first for a reason before fatty, because I feel like caddy is more likely to be on the answer. Fatty, because fatty is sort of an insult. I think maybe they wouldn't use it as an answer. I don't know. I don't see why they wouldn't, though, because fatty doesn't necessarily have to mean that. But I don't know. I feel like they shy away from words that are, I don't know, like that. Maybe not. Well, there we go. A situation where I could have just put in caddy on guess 3, and I could have got it in 3 today. But instead, I tried so hard to avoid the match, patch, latch, catch, hatch, batch, trap. I don't know. Halts was not a terrible guess, though. I mean, I knew it wouldn't be the answer because it ends in S, but it fulfilled all my criteria of moving the T and using the letters I needed to try out. So, all right, let's check the bot. I'm just glad that the answer was not spoiled for me today. Salty would have been good here. That's really the best one. I mean, there's other words, nasties, bunch of other stuff, but oh my god, the bot actually liked halts. Am I a genius? I might be a secret genius, guys. I might be a genius. No, definitely not the case. Definitely not the case. It just means I'm strategic. I am strategic. Yeah, Caddy would have been the second guess one. That was my first thought, was Caddy. Batty. Oh my god, Batty could have been the answer. Dude, I can't believe halts. I'm sitting here thinking, oh, hey, hold on a minute. I bet a lot of you guys saw me put in halts, and you were like, don't put that in. That ends in S. Don't put that in. That's a plural. That would never be the answer. But look at what the bot says to put in, guys. Look at my validation right here. This is my validation right there. Oh my gosh. Hey, I thought it. I'm sure some of you guys thought that halts was bad. It was actually the best thing I did on this one. Highest skill, 99. Look at that. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I'm validated. Okay, guys, we got in 5 today. So it wasn't like, oh my god, right. Wait, there was 3 left. Tatty, I avoided one trap just to go into another one. What? Caddy, batty, tatty, fatty. There's 4 of them? Tatty? There's no way. Okay, well, great. I thought I was smart, and I just ended up, there was just another trap there. Okay, so what should I put in instead of fatty? Facts? Facts. Yeah, facts. There we go. Should have put in facts. Which is weird. Well, it's not weird. So the bot doesn't even follow those rules. So even though you already use an S, and you know that, even though you use an S, okay, I'm gonna have to start playing. I'm gonna incorporate this into my way of playing. So normally, the way that the rules that I set for myself on extra hard mode is don't reuse gray letters. The ones that you've already put in that are in, don't use them again. Like that's like an extra rule I put onto myself that, technically speaking, you don't have to follow that rule when you play Wordle, because there's nothing in Wordle's rules, or there's no feature of this website that says that you can't do that. You can absolutely put in gray letters a second time, and people do it all the time. But I set sort of this extra rule for myself, which is don't do that, because that, you know, I don't know, it feels cheap. I don't know. I don't know, maybe just setting an extra difficulty level for myself, because I like things to be as difficult as possible, and it's just satisfying to do things when they're more difficult. I mean, the point of playing these games for me is to have a challenge, you know? And I think Wordle can be too easy if you set too loose of rules for yourself. So, yeah, it's just a personal preference. So, but now that I see the bot is doing this, like the bot would put in facts here, even though the S, I mean, it makes sense. The bot's trying not to lose. I don't know. You know what? No, I'm not going to change my rules. I'm not going to change my rules. When it gets to this point and you have fatty, caddy, batty, and tatty, for the sake of making content, let's just gamble a little bit. You know, like I'm going to put in fatty, I'm going to put in caddy, I'm going to put in batty, and if the answer is tatty, then so be it. I lose my streak. You know, I do like the luck element a little bit, but if I can go out of my way to stop it from happening, like I did today with halts, I will do that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up for this portion of the video for our Wordle solve here for Thursday, October 16th. Let's go to move on now and go to tomorrow's solve. All right, here we go, guys. This is the Wordle for Friday, October 17th. Let's go and start with Wordle Bingo. Here we go. Here's the 5 words for Wordle Bingo. Newly, exile, usual, dance, and otter. All right, so none of those are on my list here of the 10, so I did not hit bingo. All right, let's go ahead and select my random starting guess for today in 3, 2, 1. Story. Okay, story is a fantastic starting guess to use. We'll go ahead and put in story. Uses a lot of great letters here. Does that get me anything today? We probably already had story as an answer. Okay, this is great. Got me 3 letters. This is a possible 2, actually. I was going to say roost. I thought that would be interesting with a double O there, but it can't be that because of the T. Okay, the S is probably going to go somewhere. Oh, it could end in... It could be something like chose. It's going to be something ending in OSE, I think. It could be loose. I don't know if I like chose just because it's kind of past tense. But guys, I'm worried that if I change it from chose, it's gonna end up being, I feel like it's whatever. I'm gonna say a bunch of words, and I feel like I already said loose. It could be loose, it could be moose. Okay, is there another one? I don't know. I think OSE is the ending. It could have double O. Is prose a word? PROSE? Maybe? Or what about gross? GRO. Gloss? Oh, there's a lot of good stuff. I kind of don't like putting in chose, actually. I feel like chose is a bad guess. But of course, if this is the one that I say first, if I change it, it's going to be it. Like, I'm so, like... I'm so just, like, what's the word? For... Almost like PTSD, but, like, not as extreme. Like, I'm having PTSD from, like... I know, bad wording, because, like, obviously PTSD is a serious issue, but, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, from the last few solves I've had, where I changed my answer. I don't want to put this in, but I also feel like I have to, because I said it first. But I think it could be something like gloss, or gross. Oh, wait, no, it can't be gloss, it needs to have an R. Oh, it can't be chose. Am I stupid? Yes, the answer is yes. I gotta use an R in this. So I'm just gonna go with gross then. Oh, it's just that easy. Dude, I can't believe that my brain... Sorry, you guys were shouting at me that entire time. I am so sorry. I am so sorry for being so stupid there. This was disgusting. This was disgusting what just happened. Both in a good way and a bad way. It's disgusting because I was dumb and I was stupid and I just forgot the R the entire time. But also it's disgusting because it was so freaking good. I got it in 2. Guys, it's been a few weeks since I had it 2. Maybe a month. I don't know. I'll have to check. There is a playlist on the channel. I will make sure to add this video into that playlist of all my 2 solves. So you guys can check out that playlist if you want. It's called Lucky Solves or whatever. So how many words were left? I think PROSE, prose or whatever, is a word. So I think there was definitely that. Yeah, it couldn't have even been loose. I said loose and chose. I just completely ignored the R. I don't know what my brain is doing. First game of the day, though. We're warming up. I got connections to do next. We still haven't recorded the Pips solve. I don't even know if that's going to be going up on the channel today. Minute Cryptic. I got a lot of stuff to do today, guys. It's all going to be up on Patreon. If you want to support the channel on Patreon, please do so. You guys can watch all that stuff as I upload it daily. Some stuff, of course, doesn't make it to the channel publicly, but it is available on Patreon. There was only 6 words left. A rose. Prose was a... Okay. Cross. Ooh. Gross. Dross? I don't know what dross is. And frosh. Dross or dross? And frosh. Or frosh, I guess? I don't know. I don't know what those are. Dross. Drass? Dross. I don't know how to read the little pronunciation symbols. Like, it tells you how to pronounce it underneath it. I don't know how to read that. I need to learn how to read that. That would be a fun... I could do that in a video, maybe. Like, do that... Like, get taught that stuff, like... Because obviously I can do that stuff off camera. But, like, I think that would be useful to learn what the little symbols mean. How to pronounce stuff when it gives you the little... You know, that way I don't have to actually listen to the little... Actually, I can put on my headphones and listen to it. So, let's listen to what the Google voice says.
Dross.
It's just dross. I mean, that makes the most sense, I suppose. Something regarded as worthless rubbish. Okay, and then we have frosh. Frosh. Let's listen to this.
Frosh.
This says informal, North American English. A college freshman? I mean, I've never heard of that before. It sounds silly. Okay, so there was 6. So I got a 1 out of 6 here. Gross was pretty... so solid. I mean, story was a fantastic starting guess today. Anybody who chose a word with a SR and an O in it, like story, store, it's not really a ton, but there's some common ones that people use to start with. Story is definitely one of them. What does PROSE mean? I think prose.
Prose.
Written or spoken language in its ordinary form without metrical structure. Another term for sequence. It could also be a verb to talk tediously. Okay. Interesting. I mean, there we go, guys. It liked crops as a guess, or prods, or drops, even though they weren't any of these answers. It liked those other ones because I guess you could probably get the answer faster. See, this is one thing where I guess I would differ from the Wordle bot. The Wordle bot knows all 6 possibilities for all the answers, and it says the best thing to do is to use one of these other words like crops or prods or drops or even frogs, apparently, because then you can narrow down specifically what the word is for the following guess. So you can definitely get it in 3 if you put in crops. I'm assuming that's what they're saying. Whereas you can get unlucky maybe if you put in, see, what are the words? Like, I don't know, maybe you put in, I don't know, like gross. Maybe you put in gross and it's not right, and it's either a rose or prose. Then you have a 50-50, so you could easily get it in 4 instead of 3, right? So it's like reducing the possibility. So the Wordlebot knows all the possible words, and it says, let's not get this one in 4. Let's not give us any opportunity to accidentally get this one in 4 today. Let's guarantee we get it in 3. But what it's doing is it's taking away its chance at getting it in 2, right? Because these words will not be one of the answers, but they're good guesses to narrow things down, but they're not actually the answers. So this is something where I think I differ, and probably a lot of people differ, which is, no, I'm going to take that 1 in 6 chance to try to get it in 2. You know, if I end up getting in 4, I get it in 4. But that's why we're not bots. That's why we're humans. Plus, we don't know all 6 words that are left at this point. And you just can't. I mean, you could definitely take time and try to come up with as many words as possible. You can come up with 5 or 6 of these if you wanted to. Or you could just go with your first thought. I'm going to put in gross. Hope it's right. That's how you do it. So anyway, guys, I don't need to explain to you how to play Wordle. I'm just kind of, I'm analyzing the bot here. I'm trying to understand the bot's methods. I just started realizing, like today and like one of the past solves we had, that I don't know if it was yesterday's or the day before, is I'm just now realizing that the bot does that, by the way. Like, I thought its top picks would always be from the answer list, but it's not. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching today's Wordle solve. Got it in 2, got a lucky solve. I'll have to make sure I add this to the playlist on the channel. Check that out if you're interested in watching all my solves. Thank you so much for hitting that like button, for just watching, supporting the channel. I do appreciate it. If you'd like to become a Patreon member, get access to bonus content, and just feel good about yourself for supporting me, I would really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching again. I'll see you guys next time.